Young girl, get out of my mind.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight.
Everybody knows you've been treating me bad. Everybody knows you've been making me sad.
Well, happy Tuesday, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday Night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio. Yeah, it's great to be able to spend another Tuesday night with you, and I got another great show lined up for you. Well, tonight it's Diana Ross and the Supremes in the Colossal Radio Spotlight. In fact, throughout the show, I'll have quite a few of their all-time best, plus it's another night of twofers. Yep, Two for Tuesday on Colossal Radio. So let's get started. Today is the birthday of one of the all-time greats in Motown music. Talking about the great Levi Stubbs of the Four Tops. Yeah, he left us in the year 2008, but his music lives on.
Sugar pie, honey bun. No, I can't help myself.
Colossal Radio.
Double play.
Yeah, that'll get you up and going, huh? Two in a row from the Four Tops and the great Levi Stubbs. You know, had he lived, he would have been 87 years old today. So, happy birthday once again. I don't know if you know this or not, but he and Jackie Wilson were actually cousins. Yeah, I guess music ran in the family, right?
Is crying, crying. Lonely teardrops. Come on. Say that you.
Yeah, that's the great Jackie Wilson right here on Tuesday Night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio. Well, this past Saturday, it was the 3rd of June, and I was told that it was another sleepy, dusty Delta day. Here's Bobby Gentry on Colossal Radio.
It was the 3rd of June, another sleepy, dusty Delta day.
That is what is known as a country crossover. In fact, we play a lot of them from time to time. Hey, today is National Yo-Yo Day. And as a kid, I can remember watching those commercials. They would show you how to walk the dog and rock the baby and all those neat little tricks. I'll tell you what, they sold me. How many of you have a Duncan yo-yo? I still have mine. Not very good at it, that's for sure. Yes, remembering the great Donald Duncan on National Yo-Yo Day. And that's George McRae and Rock Your Baby right here with Ike on Tuesday Night at the Oldies. And speaking of Duncan, here's a song from Paul Simon. It's called Lincoln Duncan. That song actually never really got a lot of airplay, but what a great song. It was from 1972. It's called Lincoln Duncan, the great Paul Simon. And speaking of Paul Simon, he actually has a new album out. It's called 7 Songs. Yep, might want to check that out. Hey, don't forget, Doc and Kate are here tomorrow morning, 9 to 1. It's called the Variety Show. I think you'll find it quite interesting, to say the least, all right? That's tomorrow morning, 9 to 1, right here on Colossal Radio. We're going to be back with a song from Percy Faith right after this. Hi, everybody. It's Ike, host of Tuesday Night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio. If you're like me,
Blockers.com. You're listening to Tuesday Night at the Oldies with Ike on Colossal Radio. Your favorite oldies are only an email away at ike@colossalradio.rocks.
that is the great Percy Faith. And a theme from a summer place right here with Ike on Tuesday night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio. If you're actually wondering why it's so hazy or foggy outside today, that's not haze or fog. It's actually smoke, and it's actually coming from a distant fire in Canada way, believe it or not. Yeah, they say 6.7 million acres are actually on fire, and we're coping with the results, I guess, huh? So, gonna have to keep our fingers crossed. Well, speaking about some smoke from a distant fire, here's Sanford Townsend.
You left me here on your way to paradise.
Yeah, as my buddy used to say, she's smoking the wrong brand. That's the Sanford Townsend Band with Ike, right here on Tuesday night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio. Well, if you're just checking in, tonight it's Diana Ross and the Supremes in the Colossal Radio Spotlight. In fact, this was the one that actually got them started in 1964.
Baby, baby.
From the twist to the hustle, dance the night away on Tuesday night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio.
2 in a row from Lady Di and the Supremes right here with Ike on Tuesday night at the Oldies. In fact, both of those were actually number ones. Hey, great music and great memories. We do it every Tuesday night. It's the best of the 50s, 60s, 70s, and more. If you have a favorite that you'd like to hear, all you have to do is send me an email at ike@colossalradio.rocks, and I'll do my best to actually get it out for you tonight. Yeah, we're having a party. Everybody's invited. Here's Sam Cooke.
We're having a party.
Yeah, playing it loud and playing it proud. That's Rod and the Temptations with the Motown song right here with Ike. Hey, if you're looking for a place to take Dad on Father's Day, I just might have the answer for you. It's going to be at the Hofford Mill. It's called Burgers and Beer. Sounds pretty good, right? I'll tell you more about that in just a few moments, all right? Let's get this one out for my buddy Tom Coble. Yeah, he's working out tonight.
May the good Lord be with you down every road you roll.
When I said my buddy Tom Coble was actually working out, I don't want to mislead anybody, all right? He was working out with his 6 and 7 iron, all right? Working on the middle part of the game, right? He loves golf. And we certainly appreciate the fact that Tom has us on tonight. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the music. We do it every Tuesday night. It's the best of the 50s, 60s, 70s, and more. And my buddy Louie is checking in tonight. Wanted to hear Manford Man. Here you go, Louie. You know, every time I play that record, I think of Bill Murray and the movie Stripes. Flapping my fingers and shuffling my feet. Hey, Tim Sterling is down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. He's checking in with us tonight. Certainly appreciate that fact, Tim. Hey, my longtime friend, Sue Dimbakowitz. I'm not going to attempt the married name, all right? I did that once before and screwed it up royally. But anyway, Sue celebrated a birthday over the weekend. So first of all, happy birthday, Sue, and let me get this one out from the Buckinghams for you.
Susan, looks like I'm losing my...
She was my 7th grade girlfriend, believe it or not. Yeah, Susan, that's the Buckinghams from out of the Windy City with Ike right here on Tuesday night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio. Today, as we said, it's National Yo-Yo Day. It's D-Day. Yeah, the 78th anniversary of D-Day. I can't imagine what that must have been like back in 1944, but wow, thank you so much for everything you did. I'm talking about the men and women on D-Day. It's National Applesauce Cake Day, National Cindy or Cynthia Day. So if your name is Cindy or Cynthia, today's your day. And it's also National Drive-In Movie Night. Actually started back in 1933. It's been years since I've been to a drive-in. In fact, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a little secret. All right, the last time I was at a drive-in movie was in Berlinsville at Becky's, and no. This was after they changed from the X films to the family movies. All right, but that's how long it's been. Time right now to take a look at the Colossal Radio weather forecast. Mostly clear skies tonight, down to 48 for a low, and then sunny tomorrow. Should be quite nice. A high of 73 if this smoke ever clears out. It's coming down from Canada, if you haven't heard. And then partly cloudy skies on Thursday. Thursday's high near 70, and right now 79 degrees outside the Colossal Radio studio.
Fire pits, a whole bunch of dining areas.
By Mauchunk Trust Company, Equal Housing Lender.
It's only rock and roll, and I like it.
Getting that one out for Jamie. That's Bobby Day and Rockin' Robin right here with Ike on Tuesday night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio. I don't know if you are a baseball fan, and if you did, or if you are, I should say, this past weekend, I don't know if you saw it, but on June 4th, it was 49 years ago. It was 10-cent beer night in Cleveland. You heard me right, 10-cent beer night. It's one of the greatest baseball promotions of all time that went terribly wrong. In fact, they actually sold over 60,000 cups of brew that night, and the crowd only, I think, was like 25,000, so figure it out. In fact, the Indians actually had to forfeit due to unruly fans, and that was on June 4th, 1974. They're never going to do that again. You can bet your top dollar. Here comes Seals and Crofts on Tuesday night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio.
Life, so they say.
Broadcasting from Off the Charts Music School in Palmerton, Pennsylvania.
You know what? I knew this was gonna happen.
This is Colossal Radio. You're our people. This is your radio station.
Colossal Radio, Twin Spin.
I'll tell you, I'm having more fun than a kid in a candy shop, that's for sure. That's one of my all-time favorite groups of all time. Jeff Lynne and the Electric Light Orchestra on 2 for Tuesday right here with Ike on Colossal Radio. If you're just tuning in tonight, it's Diana Ross and the Supremes in the Colossal Radio Spotlight. In fact, throughout the show, we're going to have quite a few of their all-time best. And we're into hour number 2 already. So if there's something you want to hear, don't hesitate. All you have to do is send me an email at Ike@colossalradio.rocks, and I'll do my best to get it out for you tonight.
I'm gonna do all the things for you.
Hey, make sure you tell a friend to download the Colossal Radio app or enable the Alexa skill. You can take us anywhere or everywhere. Yeah, just like Tim Sterling did tonight. He downloaded the Colossal Radio app. It's free, and he's actually listening to us down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So thanks again, Tim, for checking in. Certainly appreciate that. And, well, let's do one of their 12 number 1 singles. Here's Diana Ross and Someday. Yeah, from 1969, that was a number 1. Someday We'll Be Together, right here with Ike on Tuesday night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio. Might want to jot the date of September 3rd down on the calendar. It's Jeep Fest number 2. It's actually going to be happening, like I said, September 3rd, and it's open to the first 200 Jeeps. So make sure you take care of business as soon as possible.
She's taking my time.
Absolutely love that song. That is Rick Astley and Cry for Help. In fact, we'll have the second from Rick on 2 for Tuesday coming up right after our break right here on Colossal Radio. I don't know if you're a fan of Paul Newman or the movie Cool Hand Luke, but I sure am. In fact, I don't know if you heard this or not, but over 300 items from his estate are actually going to be going up for auction this week. And items include a Rolex, a letter from George Herbert Walker Bush, a signed photo from President Clinton, and I'm wondering if those 50 eggshells from Cool Hand Luke are going to be up in the auction. He was some boy.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Nobody has more selection than Brown Daub Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat. Nobody offers more.
And Community Center in Lehighton. Check them out.
There's Uncle Al. Yeah, he's doing well down in Florida. Check in with him every once in a while on Facebook. One more thing about Cool Hand Luke. Like I said, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love when George Kennedy, who played Dragline, said, "If my boy can eat 50 eggs, he can eat 50 eggs." And how about Lucille? Remember? How could anything so beautiful not be named Lucille? I could go on and on. Hey, don't forget, tomorrow morning, beginning at 9, it's Doc and Kate's Variety Show. That's the second of two in a row from Rick Astley right here on Tuesday night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio. Together forever. Yeah, just you and me right here on Colossal Radio. Well, one of everybody's favorite groups was the Grassroots. Here they are.
When I think of all the worries that people seem to find.
From the twist to the hustle. Dance the night away on Tuesday night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio.
She would never say where she came from.
Ruby Tuesday on Tuesday night at the Oldies. Can't beat that, right? Here comes the second of two in a row from Mick and the Boys. In fact, it's probably one of my all-time favorite Stone songs. It's called Painted Black.
I see a red door.
What's the saying? A song is worth 1,000 memories? Wow. Does that one bring back the memories, huh? Jagger and the Stones right here with Ike on Tuesday night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio and Paint It Black. My friend Mr. Schuler from the Lehighton Middle School is checking in. Wanted to hear the Quartets.
Bum, 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 bum.
You know, all of our listeners have such great taste in music. I love that song. Yeah, the Quartets and Mr. Sandman, made famous by the motion picture. Oh my God, I just drew a blank. Back to the Future. Wow. Like I said, the cue card men, the writers, they're still on strike in Hollywood, and it's affecting me right here. I'm on my own, no cue cards tonight. Hey, make no mistake about it, the King lives here on Tuesday nights, and let's do two in a row from Elvis right here on Colossal Radio.
Well, bless my soul, what's wrong with me? Oh, yes, you are.
Yes, from the home of the King on Tuesday nights. I love that background sound of the Jordanaires. You're the devil in disguise right here with Ike on Tuesday night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio. We're broadcasting live from the Off the Charts Music School right here on Delaware Avenue in Palmerton. And I want to thank you sincerely for listening tonight.
You might wake up some morning, butterfly of love.
You know, there's always a great song on Tuesday night at the Oldies. I wouldn't lead you astray, I promise. Don't forget to check out Keith and Leanne with the Community Podcast. Comes your way every second and fourth Monday. So that means next Monday night they'll be in the studio beginning at 7 o'clock. Once again, Keith and Leanne with the Community Podcast right here on Colossal Radio. What do you say we do the 81? I can remember actually playing that for the very first time when I was at Oldies 99 in Easton. And that's Candy and the Kisses and doing the 81 right here with Ike on Tuesday night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio. A couple of birthdays to pass along to you. Yesterday, Don Reed, it was his birthday, of the Statler Brothers. I love the Statler Brothers, and what a great human being. Don Reed, 78 years old yesterday. This past weekend, Jerry Mathers. How about that? Leave it the Beaver. However, he actually turned 75, starting to feel old. And let's see, today, those no longer with us, Bill Dickey, Hall of Famer for the New York Yankees, number 8. His birthday today. Levi Stubbs, as we said, of the Four Tops. Donald Duncan, Mr. Yo-Yo. He left us in 1971. And those with us, tennis player Bjorn Borg, 67. Uncle Cracker's 49. Singer Dwight Twilley is 72. Singer Gary U.S. Bonds is 84. And actor Paul Giamatti is 56. And finally, Freddy Krueger's birthday, a.k.a. Robert Englund. He is 76. All right, time to take a look at the Colossal Radio weather forecast. Mostly clear skies tonight, if we can get through all this smoke. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but Canada is actually on fire. The forest fires, I think there's something like 7.8 million acres actually on fire, and like I said, we're getting the worst of it here in the east. Mostly clear other than that tonight, down to 48 for our low, and then mostly sunny tomorrow. Should be quite nice. High of 73, and then partly cloudy on Thursday. Thursday's high near 70, and right now that's where we are. 70 degrees outside the Colossal Radio studio.
If you're like me, you don't want to just listen to music, you want to see it, feel it, hold it in your hands. Oh. You can't
in Rap-a-Law.
Colossal Radio remembers the Supremes.
Yeah, back to 1966 for that one. It was a number one. You Keep Me Hanging On. This, too, was a number one from the year 1967. Here comes The Happening on Tuesday night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio.
Broadcasting from Off the Charts Music School in Palmerton, Pennsylvania.
You know what? I knew this was gonna happen.
This is Colossal Radio. You're our people. This is your radio station.
Yeah, that's one of everybody's favorites, huh? Yeah, the kids are sharp as a pistol. Down in Bristol, that's Len Barry and the Dovels. Right here with Ike on Tuesday night at the Oldies. In fact, let's do another. Here's 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, playing the Oldies on Tuesday night. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Hey, I want to remind you that we re-air this show every Saturday night at 7 o'clock. In fact, some people missed an hour here or there, or there's actually people that enjoy listening to it all over again. Whatever you choose, we certainly appreciate it. Like I said, every Saturday night, 7 to 10 p.m., right here on Colossal Radio.
Hey there, lonely girl, lonely girl, let me know.
That made it as high as number 2 in the year 1970. Eddie Holman, Hey There, Lonely Girl, right here with Ike on Tuesday night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio. Well, I don't know if you agree or not, but there is definitely something in the air tonight. I'm talking besides the smoke. It's Thunderclap Newman. I told you there was something in the air. Yeah, that's Thunderclap Newman right here with a one and done. And if you're just tuning in, tonight it's Diana Ross and the Supremes in the Colossal Radio Spotlight. In fact, coming up at 8:30 tonight, I'll have 3 in a row. Also, don't go away because our Beatle Fix is only moments away. So stay with us, all right? Don't forget the variety show coming your way tomorrow morning with Doc and Kate at 9 o'clock right here on Colossal Radio. Well, one of my favorite groups from the 70s was the good old Dr. Hook.
When you're in love with a beautiful woman, it's hard.
Yeah, the great Dr. Hook, and when you're in love with a beautiful woman, I can certainly relate to that. Hey, I got details and information about the seafood boil number 2, so make sure you stay with us.
Sylvia's mother says Sylvia's busy. Tell her goodbye.
Two in a row from Dr. Hook right here with Ike on Tuesday night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio. Once again, I'd like to thank you sincerely for spending part of your Tuesday night with us right here on Colossal Radio. A couple of things going on at the Hofford Mill that I'd like to talk to you about. Number one is coming up in June in just a couple of weeks on Father's Day. It's called Burgers and Beer for Dad. That'll be from 11 until 2 at the Hofford Mill. And you will need reservations, right? You will need reservations. So if you're interested, check it out at thehoffordmill.com. And then on July 16th, it's going to be the Seafood Boil number 2. The first one went over so well. In fact, this one's going to be on July 16th, and it will be limited to 150 tickets. So if you need more information, check that out online as well, thehoffordmill.com.
My name is Fenton Detweiler, and I've been a bartender for nearly 14 years now. As a bartender, it's my job to keep my customers happy, you know? Serve them what they want. Well, not
Tree Frog beer. It doesn't taste like much, but it gets you there faster.
All right, I'm going to get up on my soapbox right now. There are two things that grate me when it comes to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. First, that Johnny Rivers is not in. And secondly, the fact that this guy, Chubby Checker, is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame either. What are they thinking? What are they thinking? Maybe someday, right? Let's do the twists.
Come on, baby. Let's do the
The great Chubby Checker and the Limbo Rock right here with Ike on Tuesday night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio. Speaking of doing the limbo, this is a true story. The very first time I actually did the limbo was at Hess's downtown department store in Allentown. They actually used to have pay toilets. You had to pay a dime, believe it or not, in the 60s to use the men's room. And you know what? It was so much easier just to crawl under. I'll admit it. All right, I'll admit it. I guess it was part of my childhood that I can't forget. But anyway, earlier we were talking about Johnny Rivers and the travesty that he is not, and I said not, in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So let's do 2 in a row, and then we'll have 3 from the Supremes coming up.
Standing on a mountain looking down.
Reliving those great memories that we all grew up with every Tuesday night on Colossal Radio. And now, here is the first of 3 in a row from the Colossal Radio Spotlight Artist of the Week.
Well, if you are a fan of Diana Ross and the Supremes, I think you tuned in at the right time. Yep. Tonight, it's Diana Ross and the Supremes in the Colossal Radio Spotlight. In fact, I actually think there might be time to actually get 4 in a row for you. Here's Nathan Jones. Remember this one?
As I recall.
Always like that song. Yeah, Stone Love from 1970. That's Diana Ross and the Supremes right here with Ike on Tuesday night at the Oldies. Well, it's time for our last song from the Supremes. In fact, this was one of their very first number ones. It's called Stop in the Name of Love.
In the name of love,
And there you have it. That's the last one tonight from Diana Ross and the Supremes. And they were actually inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the year 1988. They had a total of 12 number 1 songs. So that's a look at Diana Ross and the Supremes in the Colossal Radio Spotlight. Hey, if you're still wondering why it's so smoky outside, it's actually smoke from Canada. Yeah, big forest fires. Actually, 6.7 million acres are on fire tonight.
Whenever I need to leave it all behind.
Yeah, playing it loud and playing it proud. That's one of my favorites from Three Dog Night, Out in the Country, right here with Ike on Tuesday night at the Oldies. Yeah, I think we have time. Wanted to shoot one in from Chicago. You Are a Hard Habit to Break.
I guess I thought you'd be here forever.
What a great group, huh? Yeah, that's Chicago, and You Are a Hard Habit to Break. You know who actually sounds a lot like Chicago? Yeah, it's a local band. In fact, Larry Meixner is one of my buddies. His band is actually called Flirtin' with the Mob. And if you have ever seen them, you'll know what I'm talking about. They sound fantastic. In fact, you know, it's a busy time of year right around now. Lots of carnivals and church picnics, and the band is actually going to be busy this coming weekend. I believe Friday, if I'm not mistaken, they're actually going to be in Nazareth, and then Saturday in Whitehall, and on Sunday they're actually going to be in Northampton. Check them out. They're called Flirtin' with the Mob. I think you'll be glad that you did. All right, weather-wise, let's see, mostly sunny tomorrow. We'll see a high of 73 degrees. I'm not sure how much sun we'll see with all this smoke. It's bad out. In fact, I think you should actually be wearing a mask. And then partly cloudy skies on Thursday. Thursday's high near 70, and right now 66 degrees outside the Colossal Radio studio.
The best kept secret in Walnutport, Thompson's Meat Market. If you've been there, mountaintop.com.
There's the doctor. Like I said, tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, it's Doc and Kate's Variety Show. Make sure you are listening. Well, let's see. We have about 4 minutes to go, and a couple of heavyweight birthdays in the recording business coming up in the next 2 days. In fact, Tom Jones is actually going to be 83 years old tomorrow. So let's do one for him right now. It's Delilah on Tuesday Night at the Oldies. There's Tom Jones and Delilah right here with Ike on Tuesday Night at the Oldies on Colossal Radio. Well, that's going to about wrap things up for me. It's been fun. It's been a pleasure. Thank you sincerely for all your emails and spending part of your Tuesday night with us. As we said, there are two heavyweight birthdays, all right? Tom Jones, 83, and believe it or not, Nancy Sinatra also turns 83. In fact, she'll turn 83 this coming Thursday. So let's get one out in her honor. Once again, thanks for all your emails, and have yourself a great Tuesday night, everybody.
You keep saying you got something for me, something you call love, but confess you